from Super Bowl 12. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos, and it's all up next.
An absolutely perfect fall afternoon for football, and we are under bright blue Colorado skies at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Baby, I'm loving it. I think I'm ready for kids. He said I want to stop trying to... That makes sense. I'm going to press and they break. I'm going off the best. They see me and my team will break. Look, all I know is I feel like I'm shooting. I'm reaching the winning because I'm about to lose. I don't give a fuck. The feeling's recruiting. I don't feel good.
And off we go from Denver. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Man coverage to start the game, and I expect we'll see a good amount of that. They trust their secondary to hold down the fort and let their pass rushers get home. And that's a good job right on play one.
2nd and 10. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Now Prescott. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. Well, not too long ago, Charles, that would have been a new NFL record But instead, it's shy of setting the record, which is 66, but still from 65 away, one of the longest kicks in league history.
And that puts him in elite company in the NFL. Only a few have ever even attempted that, let alone put it through the posts. How about his moment? It came together for him, and he delivered.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Caught at the 26. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Throwing Nix. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd and 7. Now it's Nix. Finding Williams on the check down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Nix to the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Broncos first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Nix. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Nix. Oh, and that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. Prescott now. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Second down and 3. On play action, Prescott. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Will Lutz on for the point after. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A running play, it's Dowdle, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Prescott off play action. That is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now Prescott. That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
To throw, here's Nix. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. They run again with Dowdle.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
They run here with Dowdle.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Off the play fake, Prescott.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Prescott to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Prescott. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Mozzie Smith there to bring him down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. Nix. He'll air this one out for Mims. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Prescott.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Prescott.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Prescott yet again.
Going right back to Ferguson.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd down and 4.
To throw is Prescott. And Cooks has it over the middle. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Second and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll throw again. Prescott. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on a guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
That penalty is declined.
So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They start the second half here with Williams. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third. Looking to throw. Nix. Screen play set up for Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. Through the middle of the field. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Marvin Mims, 62 yards. And the Broncos are able to stretch out their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Dak on the option left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Luke Schoonmaker there to make the grab.
And the Cowboys have cut the lead back down to 2. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Denver's offense ready to go again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Nix. That is caught by Vele.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40.
On play action, here's Nix.
Rolling to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Third down and 10. To throw is Nix. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
It's now 4th down and 1.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Cooks on the quick slant. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. And here's a handoff out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Well, we get another look now at this Broncos offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's Nix. Forced out to nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
3rd down and 6. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Stevens. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Prescott now. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. A late turnover, so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Throwing Nix. He's going to wind up and air it out. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have it here just past the 25. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their... Oh, Prescott stripped. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run again. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So the Broncos now down by a field goal. 1:47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Nice solid gain there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
Here it is. 4th and inches. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. Still going inside the 20.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts them out in front here in the final minute of the contest.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
The Cowboys offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Prescott.
Flush to his right. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Prescott.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Here's Dak.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long.